I'd had, 3-year attempts at studying psychology and nutrition and all these things. So I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm not going back to university. I'm a musician. I've been playing guitar and writing songs since I've been a kid. So I'm going to go and follow my dream of being a musician. I'm going to go. At the time, I was living on the east coast of Canada in Nova Scotia. And then I decided, you know what? It's always been a dream of mine to be a musician. So I'm going to move to the west coast to Vancouver, BC. I enrolled in a year-long course of recorded music production, learning how to work in a studio and how to mic everything and getting all the right levels. So it was like, that was always my passion, something that for me was huge in the rehab process. Music for me is like, music can heal for sure. It's like, people always talk about the placebo effect of different things. When you have good music, it can really heal your spirit and can make you want to do better. For me, it's a tool. I use it when I work out. I mean, it taps into something. If I have aggressive music, it can make me push harder. If I have gentle music, it can help me relax. So it's like, I'd always loved music. So I basically went to the West Coast when I was 21 years old and started doing this music production. However, because of the heart surgery, I had no idea what was coming. It hit me about a couple months into my studies, massive depression from the heart surgery, which led me down the road of getting drunk every day, getting high. I met some really unsavory characters in Vancouver, Canada. I ended up getting into some really bad things to try to deal with my depression. And I didn't know how. And also as a young man who was, a tough guy and you don't talk about your feelings, you stuff everything down.
Yep.
Didn't really have anybody to talk to. So I just basically self-medicated through the depression, which after about a year and a half lifted. I got involved in working in the film industry for a bit, doing stunts and acting, stunts of all things, with my broken body. I had rehab because I was young and strong, but now I'm still pushing the limits. Very toxic environment. I don't know if you're familiar with the film industry, but it's people up, spits them out. The hours are long. I think, the divorce rate and addiction rate with the people that work in film is pretty fucking high. There's a lot of miserable people. So I had a chance to work in front of the camera and behind the camera and did some things. During that time, one of my other passions is basically just coaching people with physical fitness, whether it be martial arts or just, rehabbing people, because I have a very unique outlook on how to rebuild the human body, because during my rehabs, like literally after my car accident, I went in, I was a very high level athlete, martial arts. And after the car accident, my new training regimen was taking a little water bottle and only filling it half full and curling it with the only arm that wasn't in a cast or have metal sticking out of it. So I have a very unique way of training people because of that experience. And I see people that are really overweight. You have to approach people differently. Every different personality has a way that will respond. And I've had a knack or a gift of dealing with people and helping them recover from whatever they're going through or getting in shape. So I just started doing that. I ended up running and managing a mixed martial arts gym in the Lower East Side of Vancouver, Canada. Now, Lower East Side, there was a book written about it by Dr. Gabor Mate. I don't know if you're familiar with his work. So check out Dr. Gabor Mate in The Realm of the Hungry Ghost. In The Realm of the Hungry Ghost is a book written about the Lower East Side in Vancouver, Canada, because there's an epidemic of meth, cocaine, and crack addiction. The neighborhood is filled with gangsters, prostitutes, lost souls, a lot of natives, like now that we're seeing, this whole Black Lives Matter movement. We also forget about the Native Americans. They got fucked over pretty hard too. Like, let's not leave them out of the conversation, because those people have been, pushed off onto reservations and
100%
and forgotten. So in the neighborhood that I worked in, I managed this mixed martial arts gym, but also did security to try to, keep the neighborhood safe, which was a pretty tall job. I mean, you're basically a grief mop. You're not really fixing anything. You're just moving grief around from place to place because there's so much of it. So I worked in that neighborhood and did that for quite a few years